Shalom, it's me, Sudden Sky, and welcome back to Mega Man 3. And we are now taking on Shadow Man the Ninja Robot. And he has a ninja star on his head, signifying him as such a ninja. And I haven't really gone over the story of Mega Man 3. In this game, Dr. Wily is a good guy. Who'da thunk? After trying to rule the world 2 times in a row, in the 3rd game, Dr. Wily decides to be a good guy. Yeah. And he is actually working with Dr. Light to create a peacekeeping robot. And here comes Breakman once again. A robot who has abilities that can match Mega Man's. But if you look at their sprites, Breakman's sprite is a lot smaller than Mega Man, which sort of bugs me, but I'm sure they'll fix it later, right? Yes. Okay. And this is my favorite music in this stage music, that is, in this game. Yeah, it breaks into this whole solo thing that you'll hear really soon, but the whole point is to get these, I think they're crystals that, well, all these robots that we're fighting, they're all mining, like they're digging robots, and apparently they went berserk, and now we need to get all these crystal shards from them to create Gamma, the peacekeeping robot. So, I guess Dr. Wily finally learned of that his ways are bad and decided to go to the good side. Good for him. Good for him. And the floors don't disappear in this part. They just get covered by outer space. There are no pits, so you don't have to worry about falling through the floor. Oh yeah, and energy tanks. Those are they like refill your health. And they're sort of plentiful in the, well, not it wouldn't be a Mega Man game if it were plentiful, but they could respawn over and over. Like, if you get one and then die, you'll keep it, unlike the Mega Man 2, where if you died, you lost your energy tank, so you couldn't keep going after it. But you can fill up all the E-tanks for up to 9, so you could have 9 at a time, even though there's a second digit there. And that sort of confuses me, because there's 2 digits, but you could only hold 9. Little weird, Capcom, little weird. Well, make sure you don't fall in these pits. Just take your time when you're trying to get through this part, and you'll be a-okay. Just slide all the way to the end of the stage so you don't get hit by those dragonflies, because you're at low health. Okay, here is the first time, and I think only, well, you'll be seeing the top spin again, but this is the only practical use of it, is to take out Shadow Man. Just spin at him. You have to, like, sort of be on him to spin on him. It's sort of awkward, which is why you don't really want to use it on enemies. And it's not even like you can, because when you use it on enemies, you sort of bounce off of them. And here we get the Shadow Man's weapon. It's called the Shadow Blade. And we also have Rush Marine. You can only use Rush Marine on the water, so you won't be seeing much of that. Now that I look at the Robot Masters again, I don't think a lot of them have to do with mining. Just a handful, but whatever. I just Wikipedia'd it. Anywho, here I will show the top spin in action. You just spin like a top. I try to use it on this snake here, but can't really hurt it. So that's why I say don't use it. And here, I'll be using the Shadow Blade a lot to demonstrate how much like the Metal Blade it is, like in Mega Man 2. I like to use that a lot. Well, what I've gathered up from it, I feel like it it matches the power of the pea shooter, but a bit stronger, like the times 1.5 that of the pea shooter. That is the strength of the Shadow Blade, I think. And it's also useful because you can shoot it in, I don't think 8 directions. I'm thinking more left, right, up, and then diagonal up in both sides, not down. And here you see my butt being kicked, so that's why I grabbed these items, so it's no longer being punished. Yeah, I take a beating in this part, and I don't know what was wrong with me at this part, but it is sort of a hard stage, which is why I didn't go for this one first. I know people like to go for this Snake Man first because he is an easy boss to take out, and you can sort of cheese that Hammer Joe from the bottom because he cannot look. He has no eyes pointing down. I don't know where I was going with that. But, up here you'll be seeing a new type of tank. I like to call them question mark tanks because, you know, E-tank, question mark. Those will contain anything in them, from whatever an enemy could drop. From an E-tank to a tiny pellet like that one. I sort of have a struggle with that jump. You know, in Mega Man games, you always have to have some struggle with some jump that you normally wouldn't have trouble with. I'm that kind of player with this. But when I went into Snake Man's stage like this, I thought that the Shadow Blade was his weakness, which is why I take it away at this part. Plus, also I get a little nervous about this jump. It looks like a pixel perfect jump, but it sort of isn't. I don't know what to make of it, but there is a checkpoint right before that, so the developers knew what they were doing with that jump. They knew that a select few are going to die at that jump, and this sort of looks like, well, that enemy that I just shot down. It looks like an enemy from Mario 2, the USA version, the Doki Doki Panic version, which is I believe is the second version. A lot of people don't like the USA version of Mario 2 because it is just a reskin version of a different game, but I've grown to accustomed to it being my Mario 2, so it is Mario 2 to me. This, you just want to ride on the clouds until you get to the top of the screen, but you don't want to get too close to the top, or else you'll get squished out, and it's just a whole mess that you don't want to deal with. And here I go into this battle thinking that I have to use the Shadow Blade, so watch me look like a fool. And Snake Man's strategy is to run left to right, left to right, left to right, and occasionally shoot his Search Snake out when the ones that he sent out are disappeared. He could only send out 2 at a time. And a little story about Snake Man that I have. I thought he was a female because the first time I saw him, he was in that Mega Man and Bass game, and it was like in the Biofiles, Biofiles, where I saw his card, and he looks sort of, I don't know, feminine, I guess. And I couldn't read, so you can't fault me for that part. I was a child. Well, here I use my P-Buster to shoot him from afar. I always have the greatest feeling when he's far away and I'm getting shots on him. But then he walks into me and then my energy goes all the way down. Place your bets, is Snake Man gonna make it or am I gonna croak? I believe the answer is obvious, so Snake Man, why don't you do me a solid and explode already? Thank you. Now walk to the center of the stage and bump your head on the ceiling. Ah, I missed so much on my absence. I missed the year of Luigi. I was about to Well, I still have something special planned for the year of Luigi. But I was about to get back into the Yoshi's Island. Oh, Search Snake. I'll be showing off that weapon in the next part. See you guys in part 3.